Hey everyone, I'm the Idea Maker, and today is going to be a very interesting day, and it's going to be a very interesting reaction because I know that you guys have already seen some of my dual reactions to Daredevil Born Again, but I know you're looking in the background like, wait a minute, wait, Thomas the Tank Engine, like the Thomas the Tank Engine that I grew up with as a kid. Why are we do what kind of a video is this? Well, this is actually a special reaction because I'm doing this reaction with a friend of mine that, him and we have been friends for almost about a year. We met on a Discord community and we just ended up having a lot of things in common. And ever since he found out that I've been doing YouTube videos, he's been wanting to be on my channel for a long time. I've been trying to work my way into doing some dual reactions, and I thought, you know what, finally, this is the time that we're going to finally do a collaboration. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you guys to a friend of mine. So, this is Kid Kai. So, he's also a YouTuber as well, that he does his own music. So, it's great to have you, man.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Kai. Yeah, I make music. I'm trying to have an EP come out hopefully really soon, and I have something in the works with Idea right now. It's exciting. I'm excited for it, and I'm really happy to be here.
Absolutely. So it's just so amazing that he actually let the announcement out. So like I said, he's a musician and he raps, he sings, and we are going to be working on a special project together, which I'm super happy about. One thing I am grateful to God about is that he was the first person to call me when my grandmother passed away, and we have been inseparable friends since then, and I am so grateful to God for him. And for him to be doing a reaction with me on the channel is just such a blessing. And the most amazing thing too is, how much of a great person that he is. And the funny thing is that we were talking about our childhoods, and when I found out that he was a huge, or that he still is a huge fan of Thomas and Friends, what I didn't realize was that he knew a lot, that he knows a lot, and honestly, he knows a ton of stuff on Thomas. So I would not be surprised if he gives a lot of fun facts about the old show, like the original one from the 80s, and then heading onto any of the other episodes that we all know that George Carlin and Alec Baldwin, they narrated in the US. And then I think I'm correct on this, right?
Yeah, honestly, I probably know more about Thomas than I should.
Yes, I'm super excited because this was a childhood movie for him. This is a childhood movie for mine. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we'll be reacting to Thomas and the Magic Railroad. This is a movie from 2000. This is where we have Alec Baldwin as the conductor, as we also have Mara Wilson and Peter Fonda in this movie. And honestly, I have not seen this movie in the past 14 to 16 years. So this is going to be a big deal for me. When was the last time that you seen this one?
I've seen it multiple times actually. I have the Blu-ray and I watch it from time to time nowadays. I think the last time I watched it was about a month ago.
Is this like one of your favorite childhood movies, or this is your actual favorite childhood movie?
My favorite childhood movie would have to be the 1994 Lion King. Before my time, but I watched it when I was a kid and I loved it. But the Thomas and the Magic Railroad is definitely second on the list.
Well, you're also in luck because that I know that Mufasa: The Lion King just came out on Disney Plus, and by the time that I'm recording this, it's been a day afterwards. But I will be reacting to all of the Lion King movies, including Mufasa. So you will be seeing my reaction to every single one of them, including the animated 1994 classic, the sequel Simba's Pride, Lion King 1.5, the live action Lion King, and Mufasa. So you will get to see all that on there, and hopefully you do get to enjoy those.
I'm excited. I'm gonna definitely watch those. Make sure you guys watch it too.
And I'm so excited to be jumping into my childhood with this one. As I'm a person who grew up watching Thomas and Friends as a kid, every single morning before I went to school, and on TV they would have Thomas and Friends at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then Bob the Builder at 7:30. I think it was on PBS before I went to school, so that's why it was a big childhood memory for me. So I can't wait for this. Um, I say let's get started on this reaction, shall we?
Yeah, let's get started. Oh, I'm excited.
Same here. I really am excited about it too. All right, guys. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into the reaction for the classic 2000 movie Thomas and the Magic Railroad right now.
Fun fact: it's got Mara Wilson, who also played Matilda. You guys have ever seen Matilda?
Actually, that's one I've never seen.
Oh, really?
I've never seen Matilda. Like, that's actually a movie I've never seen.
It's pretty good.
I think I do remember the opening to this because it seems a little familiar.
The opening is so nostalgic.
I think I do remember this opening. It's been a long time ago, though.
Hello, I'm Mr. Conductor, and I'm going to tell you a story about trains, folks far apart, and the magic railroad that brought them together.
Although the classic theme from Thomas as well, that's pretty cool.
Meet Thomas. He's our number one hero.
Oh, dude, where's his eyes? Oh, there they are.
I forget that these were actually that these were not animatronics, but they were actual models.
They make the faces out of clay and they just switch them out for the scenes.
5, 6, 7, 8.
He's so angry, dude.
Gordon's always angry, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
What does that sign say?
Sodor Railway. Really reliable and right on time. Signed, head of the railway.
He's reading
Sir Topham
backwards
Hatt.
if you look
But
at his
you
eyes.
weren't on time.
Is he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Get out of my way!
Sheesh, bro!
Business here!
Come on.
Nuts.
Fast! The diesel 10's back! Oh,
That's pretty cool.
He's shaking like that.
That's so cool. I wonder what they put in the model to make him shake like that. That's so cool.
That's actually one of the things I don't know.
I feel like I'm gonna search for it on the internet after this, like after the reaction.
I'm gonna try to explain what we just watched after the movie, because every time I show it to someone, they have a lot of questions. The movie doesn't really explain itself. I'd be so scared holding that fishbowl. If I drop it, it's over.
I would be scared too, especially if the fishbowl is made of glass. That would make me even more nervous. Like, are you really gonna have me hold this thing? Like, no. Give me something that's in plastic.
There's Mr. Conductor, Alec Baldwin.
Was he the narrator on this before he ended up being the official narrator on the series?
I think he narrated for a few of the seasons after this movie.
So was this like his introduction to Thomas before he became the narrator for the future seasons?
I think it was to introduce him more.
I see.
Lucky for you that the buffers were there.
James is actually voiced by a female voice actor.
What I like about this movie is that at least they have all the trains being voiced by different voice actors compared to a narrator just doing different voices for all the trains.
That's true. It gives them more of a personality. He
help
is so
you?
scary. Look at that claw.
You'll always need help. Because steam engines are cowardly, cranky, worn-out hunks of metal who couldn't hurt a fly.
Bro, maybe you should
ease up a little. Actually, ease up a
Now,
lot.
I've come back to find a lost steam engine. What? I'm gonna destroy her and dominate you, and then you'll be
That's
nothing
cool.
but useless.
The way how they did it with the claw like that, I know that was remote control, but that's such a nice touch to this engine. He has more character.
I reckon Shining Time is the best welcome sign of any town in our valley.
I love that dog. The dog's name is Mutt.
It's funny how it said population 5006, give or take.
I never noticed that. Very low populated town. The scenery in this movie is so beautiful. It's one of my favorite things about it.
Yeah, I remember that when my grandma and I used to watch this movie when I was a kid. She was like, "Oh, the scenery's in like the scenes where it's not in the island of Sodor. It's so beautifully shot."
I can't see any tracks around here except for the ones that you travel on.
It's mystery that make this land so...
Magical? Well, I better be off to Muffle Mountain. I promised Mr. Stone that I'd clean out his yard today.
He's just sad with no energy to the whole movie.
I didn't know that in Muffle Mountain there was a secret that Burnett had shared only with his childhood friend, Tasha.
One day, Tasha, I'm going to drive this engine, and I'll take you with me. See where Burnett?
That's Burnett Stone.
Oh yeah.
Stacey Jones.
Mm-hmm.
The 10 o'clock to Lucy's Leap is leaving now. Oh, Billy.
That is a bad game.
He-
I can just tell by the way he threw that car.
he's like one of those bratty kids, and it's like and where he goes like, "Here, Billy, here's a toy car for you for your birthday." No, I don't want it. He's like,
I don't want that. Get it out of here.
It's like, I don't want that car. Now, Billy, remember, it's your birthday gift. You're not going to get anything until Christmas. I don't care.
He almost blinded him with that flashlight.
See that switch on the wall? Flip it on.
How is there a light switch in a cave?
They must have some good electrical wiring system in there. Unless if they're Bruce Wayne, unless if they're Batman, then they must have found some way to do it.
Help me, Mr. Stone?
Sure. You can help me dust her off. This engine's name is Lady.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna try my best to explain this at the
Long ago, I made a mistake as Lady's caretaker. An evil diesel found Lady and threatened to destroy her. He chased her, used up all her coal, made her go too fast. And then he crashed her.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's insane.
Pinchy, you've captured the real me. I mean, that's beautiful. I could cry.
You could cry. You can
Why
cry.
are the bad guys Italian?
She escaped me once before. As long as she exists, so do the others. But if she can be destroyed...
Destroyed? Did you say destroyed? B word. Like hurt?
Yeah,
The only reason they're alive too is because of her. So if she's gone, they are also gone. Does he not realize that?
I have no idea.
Ow, Pinchy! I hate it when you do that.
You do not have control over your own pincher.
I was gonna say the pincher has more common sense than him.
It's got a mind of its own.
It's like Spider-Man and the Venom symbiote.
He just popped out of the wall, didn't he?
Yeah.
How does he know that theme? Does he know there's a TV show?
I got no idea.
Important day, Mr. C?
It is a very important day. I'm going to the island of Sight. You know, it's the only place in my universe where I really fit in size-wise. Sir Topham Hatt has given me a big responsibility.
He's like model size.
He's tiny, but I'm like, he's an interdimensional being of some sort.
I'm gonna have so much to explain at the end of this.
Honestly, I just love how natural everyone's acting feels. Like, it feels like a genuine kids movie. Especially Alec Baldwin, because they usually, a lot of the times that he's kind of a little bit more known for his serious acting, but a lot of people don't really recognize him a lot for his acting in kids movies. Like this, for example, like it's so natural, like if he was made for this. And same thing in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, same thing there too.
I just came to say goodbye. I have to go now.
Right now?
Why, yes, Stacy, I have to make sure that everything is safe and sound on the island of Sodor, just as I try to do here.
Good popcorn. Guys, go to the store, get AMC theater popcorn. So good.
I'm eating popcorn right
there
now.
You are.
Both
Is
eating
something
popcorn.
wrong here?
This is a perfect occasion. I mean, it's a childhood classic.
I gotta be really
I'm gonna
close.
be late. I'll get back as fast as I can. I have to concentrate now, Mutt. I'm suddenly having problems with my sparkle.
Mutt knows that something bad is gonna happen. He's trying to tell you.
Mutt at this point is like, don't go, Mr. Conductor. I know what's gonna happen. He's like, nah, I can't understand you because you speak dog.
Begging him not to go.
He's literally like one of those dogs that when they're so attached to their owner and they say, don't go! Just stay here!
Conductor, are you all right?
Yes, Thomas, but sometimes everything happens at once. I have to see Sir Topham Hatt to get my orders right away. The journey from Shining Time keeps getting bumpier and bumpier.
Does it?
He's glitching. What is your ping, dude? His ping is insane. He's lagging so hard.
Diesel wants to destroy her, and without her, the conductor's universe will vanish. The man with the sparkle told me one day one of his family would return.
I love that painting. I kind of want to buy it.
That is a nice painting. Dude, you know what would be cool? Remember how I did the video for the painting on the Bob Ross one that I did?
Yeah.
If I replicate the painting of Lady right there.
Lily comes into our story. She lives with her mom and dad.
That'd be
in a
pretty
big
cool.
city. A few hours train ride
There
from
she
Shining
is,
Time. She sees
Matilda.
magic.
I saw her in another movie. I just don't remember what, but oh, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh yeah.
I have to rewatch that movie. Somebody asked me to do so.
I haven't seen it since I was like 7. I don't remember anything from it.
There's always a time for us to do a dual reaction to that one.
That's true.
See you in a minute.
It's slippery. She could fall. It's raining. You gotta leave her unsupervised to climb a ladder?
That's just weird. Like, come on. What if she slips and falls and then you have the ambulance coming in and they ask her like, all right, what's the situation? What happened here? I'm sorry, but my daughter was climbing up there and she was climbing up to our apartment over the ladder. Ma'am, why was it that she was climbing it during rainy weather? I don't know. I was just letting her do it. Ma'am, I think you're gonna have to come with me. We're gonna have to go down to the hospital, and I think we're gonna have to report you to child services.
Small, teeny, weeny. And I'm a big blue engine who knows everything.
Dude, he's a bully.
He really is a bully. Edward's better than him at this point. Like, he's like the middle-sized engine, but like, at least he doesn't nitpick Thomas like Gordon does.
They actually left Edward out of this movie for whatever reason.
What?
Edward's not in this movie.
That's crazy.
I have zero idea why they left him out.
That's
Little
crazy.
engines can do big things, especially when they have nice blue paint like me.
Hey, just watch what happens to that blue puffball.
When Harold the Flopper Chopper flies past you.
Right?
I remember this.
The boss dumps sneezing powder everywhere.
Let's start laughing now.
Sorry, everyone's a bit of a dust-up. Love to stay and clean up.
Did you mean to look like that?
No.
That is such an ugly face.
That must have been the rejected faces for those thwomps from Mario.
My wife said she couldn't miss our little holiday. We'll telephone to make sure you have arrived. Signed, Sir Topham Hatt.
What was up with the narration?
I have no idea.
I get it's a kid's movie, but come on!
There's a movie mistake coming up. Watch this. It's like one of the biggest goofs.
Okay.
He tries his hat on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where were you?
Hold on. He falls. How did it get in the air when he hit the floor?
True.
And how is Lady Hat?
Wait, they're wooden figures, but Alec Baldwin's a normal human being?
Everything's a toy in this thing except for him. That's crazy.
We will all get a good night's sleep. Looking forward to a hard day tomorrow. Goodbye, sir.
And they literally had Sir Topham Hatt on the phone pulling a Charlie Brown with the adults.
This scene is terrifying.
Oh, I think I remember this scene. His cap says sleeping on it.
It said thinking before he flipped it.
That's crazy.
Go outside and play? Well, I can understand that. What do you think?
He's losing his mind. He's turning into Tom Hanks.
He's going insane.
Wilson!
Wow, this part is actually scary.
Whoa!
That's thousands of dollars in damages, dude.
You know what they're gonna need? They're gonna need a lot of flex tape and a lot of flex seal.
I saw this shed in half.
I got a plan, and you're not in it.
You can't catch me, Diesel.
He can't glitch himself away this time.
Now, where is that lost engine?
You won't find her here.
You're not clever enough to stop me.
Oh, yes, I am.
No, you're not. Is that?
That's right. It's sugar, Diesel. And if I throw this in your tank, it'll seize you up.
Face, that is scary.
What happened to your sparkle?
That's crazy.
I don't know, Thomas. I'll just have to sleep on that.
On your sparkle?
No, Thomas. On the problem of what happened to it.
Oh, but Mr. Conductor, without your sparkle or the lost engine, you can't travel here to help us anymore.
I'll solve the problem. You just go to sleep now.
Easy for you to say.
That is easy for him to say.
Right.
They just witnessed attempted manslaughter.
They just need Phil Swift to come in saying like, and to prove that we can be able to use flex tape for this, we'll use it to put the bricks back up. Oh wait, the bricks weren't even there.
Guess we'll just make some out of Flex Seal.
And we'll definitely patch it together with flex tape. And as long as you use several coats, you're all good to go.
He's going crazy. He's talking to himself. Everyone in this movie is just going nuts all the time.
Like I said, Wilson!
Why couldn't you travel to the
Wow.
island of Sodor? Or back home to us at Shining Time?
Why did the Shining Times logo on the bag look like the Stranger Things logo?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Somebody needs to sue Netflix now.
This scene right here. There's a part in this where I just don't understand.
Let's see.
Last stop, Muffle Mountain. The train for Shining Time will depart from track 4. Shining Time, track 4.
Look at this.
I don't suppose you know what track 3 is, do you?
Yeah, ask the dog instead of the conductor that's 3 feet behind you.
Yeah, this is a Disney movie. Wait, it's not Disney? You mean this is not Disney? Where's the logic in this?
Oh my gosh. This is one of my favorite Tom Tweedy movies. The scenery is just insane.
It is.
The shots that they got.
Look at that old laptop like that.
Oh yeah.
It's so old. Like, oh, you know this is 2000.
Old when there's people reading the newspaper.
That's true. Everybody these days in 2025 is on their phones.
Rest in peace, Peter Fonda.
The book's called The Romance of Railroads? Interesting.
That's Lady's whistle. It sounds like a ghost.
Diesel says red is a very tiring color, but Mr. C. Red looks so nice against the snow. It's not me, is it?
Oh, no,
No.
of course not, James. I think that red is bright and cheerful.
Oh, good.
Just like my sparkle. Or at least it was. And must be again.
He does not know what he's talking about.
What happened? Where's the windmill? That's where I'm supposed to be.
I don't know. You tell me. Hey, that rhymed! It rhymed!
You're a rapper now.
Bars!
Somebody sign this man.
Kendrick, can you? Please?
If I can't find the source for making more, I know how bad the consequences will be. I saw them in my dream last night. My family never really told me what to do in a gold dust crisis.
How did they never tell you that?
I have no idea. Was he the black sheep of the family?
Nasty fumes from Dingy Diesel.
And Diesel is after the lost engine.
And if he finds her, I fear that will destroy us all.
What, even an engine as big as me?
Yes, Gordon, even you.
What? What?
How do they sneeze?
I have no idea.
How about a race, Thomas? Sorry, Bertie. I can't today. I have to be a really useful engine and solve some mysteries instead. I guess that means I win.
You are not Scooby-Doo.
At this point, enter Shaggy, where he goes, Zoinks, Thomas, let's get out of here!
I notice you left your thinking cap behind. Try these instead. They're good for the brain. Gone fishing rabbit.
What is this, Winnie the Pooh? That writing looked like exactly like Winnie the Pooh writing. Carrots are good, though, but, I mean... What?
Plane. Drain.
He's a rapper too now, I guess.
Kendrick signed him too!
That might be something. I think I'll try the celery.
The celery?
Sausage. Bicycle. Toothpaste. Beach. Wait a minute.
I bet kids tried this too when this movie came out.
Beach. That's it.
Why is he talking to the audience like Dora talks to her to the audience?
The fourth wall break. This is his cousin Junior.
I think I remember this scene.
He's got a giant screen for no reason.
That's a pretty big Sunday. Are you for real, bruh? Come on. That one mosquito in the room that you just cannot stand.
Wasting gold dust. His cousin is over here struggling, trying to find more.
You've got to come to the island of Sodor right now.
No, but I'm waiting on the perfect wave.
Oh, no, you're not. You're coming here.
Perfect wave.
You have to help me find the source of all our family's gold dust.
I have no idea.
What is the source?
That's the trouble, Junior. I haven't a clue.
And I've used up most of my gold dust too.
I wonder why.
You'll find my emergency whistle with the last of my supply. Please take care of this, Junior, and don't talk to anyone about the buffers.
What buffers? This is a really bad line.
You just hung up on him!
Cell phone's not working properly.
And neither is your brain, lad!
He must have been using Metro PCS. or Cricket Wireless.
Oh, he probably might have been using either one of the two.
Shining time? What does that mean?
Do you want me to get off here?
How do you travel that? Oh wait, never mind. Okay, never mind. He was on the train. I'm sorry. That's on me. I was gonna say,
Yeah,
how did he travel?
already hopped on there.
I was gonna say, how did he travel that fast? But I forgot he leaped onto the train.
I'm Lily. Who are you?
See, Junior. Did I drop some sunglasses when I came in here?
They're on your head. If it were a snake, it would have bit you.
How do you not feel that on your head?
I have no. Whoa, what, bro?
Yep.
She's like, am I just dreaming? Literal glitter. It's glitter.
$5 bottle of glitter from Joanne Fabrics.
Probably. I would not doubt it.
Thomas, is that you?
Mr. Conductor! Mr. Conductor!
Thomas?
Dude, speak up.
Yell!
You're not even trying.
Thomas?
What was it? Thomas? You should have been Thomas! I'm right here!
How does he not, he's whispering. You know how loud trains are?
Right. He needs lessons from Tom Hanks. Instead of saying Wilson, it should be Thomas!
Hi, I'm Stacy Jones. I'm manager here. Your grandpa's
just
very
chilling at the
upset.
station.
You must have gotten on the wrong train. I better take you back to Muffle Mountain. Thank you.
Why can't all managers be like Stacy? Nice, calm, cool, collected. Why are we not? Why are managers these days not like that?
Stacy's just chill.
I know that life is just terrible as it is, but come on! If you want people to be chill, be chill as well.
Stacy's cool.
Exactly, Stacy's cool.
Hello, Burnett.
Stacy. Hello, Lily.
Hi, Grandpa.
Oh, that awkward silence.
Whoa.
That door did not close.
It did not.
It bounced when he shut it. let him turn one sharp corner. It's gonna fly open.
Woo!
Friendship bracelet. Grandma taught me how to make one when I was little.
Dude, I want to live there. That looks so peaceful.
It does look nice. Very, very nice.
I like this song too.
I'm gonna have to listen to the soundtrack when not recording, because it is actually nice and peaceful sounding. Actually,
it is. He's just running his horse. It sounds like a ghost. That is scary.
It does sound like one. Yeah,
I would not be able to sleep.
It's like the Aztec death whistle.
It does sound like that.
How does Mr. Conductor travel here? By gold dust. But if there's a lost engine...
They don't stake out the area before talking about something like that?
I have no idea. It's a kid's movie.
Talk about buffers in his sleep. Buffers are at the end of a railway. I think that's how he travels here, on a secret railway.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, you two. Diesel heard every word you said. I'm going after him to see what he does next. You'd better carry on and get the mail delivered.
Uh-oh.
Very brave, Toby.
Diesel won't bother with an old engine like me. He thinks I'm really useless.
I was gonna say, why would they give Toby that type of a smiling face while approaching them like that, giving him bad news? Really?
No, now they want to put that worried face on him.
They should have had that the whole time.
Have a party. I love parties. Yes. Who's got the balloons?
This ain't no party.
Correction. Join the party that's over. Just like Twinkle Toes Magic Railway's gonna be over.
And just like your common sense that left out the door.
High IQ move.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
That's a low IQ move.
Nice job, Toby.
Did you mean to let the roof fall in? All the way in?
I always mean what I do, you rattle traps.
Nah, really? I wonder, is this like the actual set that they used for the older Thomas and Friends episodes?
Yeah, this location is from the show. Every location here is from the show.
They probably just built extra ones for like like the diesel engines like station. They probably added that later, or was that also part of the original one too?
You know what? The place with the red light, that's the smelter yard. That's from the show.
Okay. I haven't seen it in a long time. Like, this series has been so long. I think I am gonna end up reacting to it as like a throwback.
Morning, Henry. What's the matter?
I've got boiler ache.
And I'm collecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks.
I feel you, Henry. I've got a cold right now too.
But I wish I could make Mr. Conductor feel better too by finding him.
What?
You just lost.
Whoa! Doctor Strange before Doctor Strange.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, Percy.
Oh, Thomas, I've been worried about you. Bertie says you lost a coal truck today.
Yes.
Yeah, went into the Matrix. The truck went into the gulag.
The gulag.
Yeah, he tripped.
Oh, I see you
How
forgot
do you
to
trip
bring
over
the
oxygen,
sugar.
dude?
Careless.
Uh-oh.
Say hello to Peachy.
Oh. Oh no. No.
Drop him to his death. If he doesn't give him answers.
My universe is starting to crumble.
And I know about the magic railway. And when I find that engine, you and all those puffballs will be history. Now tell me where the buffers are. Now!
How did he end up getting back on this island? He caused a train accident and killed an engine, and so Topham Hatt's just like, oh, I'll give him a second chance. Absolutely not.
Throw him to the smelter's yard. There we go. Oh! We catapulted him. He yeeted him. Like, woo!
You put all this here for me? You must have
No,
known
I
that I
did
was
not.
coming. How kind of you.
No, I didn't.
He's losing it. He's losing
I'm
it.
at the windmill.
He thinks he's Dora the Explorer, people.
He ripped his suit.
This must be the clue to unlock the source of the gold dust.
A brick wall.
Stoke up the magic
Stoke
in the
up the
mountain,
magic
and the
in the
lady
mountain,
will
and the
smile.
lady will smile.
Interesting.
Then watch the swirls
Then
that spin
watch
so
the
well.
swirls that spin so well. Well, where's the writing gone?
If that was me, I'd say, nah, I'm out of here. I'm not gonna deal with this supernatural stuff. Oh, I'm out. I'm out.
Look at this. Watch
Escape.
this.
Liar, liar.
Pants on fire.
Does he wear pants?
Well, training pants.
Oh, right.
What?
Playtime's over, Splodge.
What?
Now it's time for the next lesson, huh?
Splodge.
I call it how to stop being stupid.
Is
Do
that
that by being stupid.
exactly?
I know that's gonna ruin my facial.
You had a facial? There's no way. There's no way. A facial for that ugly mug of his? Bro, you can look at a mirror and it'll crack up.
It's like putting makeup on a pig. It's not gonna do anything.
True. Why does this young kid look like a young depressed Seth Green?
I don't know who this kid's guardian is. He just came out of nowhere.
My mom and dad run the stables.
His mom and dad.
Where are they?
We never see.
Sounds like Max and Ruby. We barely ever see their parents.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that show in a long time either.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it too.
I've noticed how many times the tone of this movie changed. And it changed like several times. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to explain a lot.
Talking trade. Off to see them right now on the island of Soderan, cousin. I overslept. I'm very hurry. Do you want to come?
Can we be back here by sunset?
Hope so. I want to get back to the beach.
What do you think, Mutt? Okay.
Good.
Probably the dog telling her, "Don't go!" And she's like, "Okay."
He was basically like, yeah, come with me to another dimension without any permission from your guardian.
Can I take this little bit back for Grandpa?
Scoop all of that up. Your cousin needs that.
Scoop it all up.
Ready? Here goes.
Nah, this
They're gone.
some Twilight Zone stuff.
All the trees are dead.
Where are we?
Conductor's Railroad.
Magic Railroad?
Whatever. We're traveling miles and miles to the island. But I don't know if this railroad's going to last much longer.
I'd be asking way more questions before I went with a tiny man that popped out of the wall.
I'd be saying, I'd be asking, am I dreaming? Are these illusions? What's all this? That drop.
Yeah, they just made a PNG out of him and just dragged it.
Now, don't look so surprised. I know you haven't seen me since.
You stuffed party poppers down my funnel.
Oh.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's so disrespectful.
It is.
Hi. Hello, Lily. Welcome to Sodor.
She's way too calm for this.
What kind of trauma has she gone through?
What's the matter?
Travel sickness.
Travel sickness.
I just landed here after escaping a heavy metal monster.
Oh, he's mad.
Where have you been?
Is your sparkle back, Mr. Conductor?
Thomas just stopped a fist fight.
Stoke up the magic in the mountain.
How do you already forget?
If this was 2025, he would have taken a picture of it.
Oh, true.
Would it have showed up in the picture though? Because it is magical.
I think the writing's like vampires, where they just like don't show up in the mirror.
Right.
Hello.
Oh, whoa!
Junior!
Junior?
Junior, what are you doing up there?
Whoa.
Come down! It's too windy!
This is just like the fun fair. Give us 2 seconds.
Oh no!
How do you not get sick from being on a windmill compared to now? Oh, whoa! Oh!
Flung like his cousin.
Uh-oh. Oh no! Jump off!
He'll get hurt if he jumps off.
Hang on tight, Moon Doggy.
He just rolls along with it.
He's just gonna surf on top of him.
I'm about to surf to my death, dudes. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm about to surf to my death, dudes. I gotta work on that accent.
I wish I knew. I'm sorry, Mr. Stone. She wasn't at the station when I went back for her.
It's okay, Patch. We'll find her.
He's so calm about it.
I'm sorry. I lost your daughter, or not daughter. I lost your granddaughter when I was supposed to have responsibility of her. Oh, it's fine. We'll find her.
I'm surprised that he didn't go and be like Batman. It's like, where's Rachel? Where's Lily? Where is she?
Now what's going to happen?
Oh,
Howdy, partner. Excuse me, coming through. Pardon me.
What?
Talking tumbleweed.
I was doing my best to keep Lily cheerful. I knew she was worried about being late for her grandpa.
Mr. Conductor, I was supposed to be back by sunset.
You know, Lily, perhaps your grandpa can guess where you are.
He can?
That sounds like something a kidnapper would say.
True.
Junior said there used to be an engine that traveled on the Magic Railroad. And if only we could find that, we could still head back to Shining Time.
Oh, that engine disappeared. Never to be seen or heard from again.
Soon you will be too.
Uh-huh.
Mountain. I just remembered another part of the clue. Stoke up the magic in the mountain and the lady will smile.
He remembered another clue, huh? Blue's Clues? At this point, we need Steve!
Oh, I miss Steve.
We all miss Steve, man. We all miss Steve.
This must be the map of her magic railroad. But the railroad's energy is fading away. I sensed it when we were out riding. Lily and I were traveling on the ground above it.
The railroad needs Lady. But I don't know her special secret. and I need to know it now more than ever.
Did you not investigate before? How was he not?
I'm not afraid. Oh, there's the missing coal truck.
Coal truck? Still got the magic in the mountain. That's part of Mr. Conductor's clue to his gold dust.
And Lily, that's what you do with coal. Stoke it up to make steam.
The way the wheels move are so satisfying.
Oh yeah, especially when they filmed it for Thomas, like for the old episodes too. It is satisfying.
Who coupled him up? It's not a magnet.
But like the other thing too is like it was on another set of tracks. How did it?
But there's only one set of tracks leading to the buffers. I never realized.
Muffle Mountain, Thomas.
Right. Whoa!
I think I feel
They brought Thomas
little
to the
dizzy.
real world.
You about to drop?
My wheels won't let me.
Then I'll be back, Thomas. I promise, but I must find Grandpa.
It's getting windy up here.
And hurry up before the wind accidentally pushes him over the edge! We don't need a death! Especially killing off the main character! Oh! No way! No way! No way I just predict! No! No! What?
This is the first time they use CGI for Thomas.
Whoa! What?
There's just another random portal that they just put there to fill a plot.
What? I'm sorry, what? Bro just counted on Doctor Strange for this?
Please help me.
I'd like to, Lily. Nothing seems to work.
How do you know? How much have you tried?
All he did was put coal in her over and over.
I can't make her steam. I've tried all the different coals in the valley.
What about that other coal? I mean, like, that's supposed to help, isn't it?
Sodor coal, because she's a Sodor engine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this part is so messed up.
What?
Oh!
Whoa! Uh-oh.
So you've lost
This is one of the scariest scenes in the movie.
Bye-bye, Twinkle Toes.
Wrong guy, idiot! This is Junior you're talking about. That bro doesn't even know the difference. That's how stupid he is.
He almost kills Jane.
I've got to use up the rest of this stuff.
Are you ready?
No, we're not.
James the Brains, get us out of here.
Now we are.
Junior, we're all out of gold dust, aren't we?
Bankrupt.
Is there gonna be a fight?
They're colored.
Hey, it's a beautiful day. I mean, we're down, but we're not out.
No, we're out,
Right.
but we are not down.
Okay.
New mindset.
Grandma loved her because I loved her. But she never took a ride on Lady. I couldn't fix her in time.
Oh, that's sad.
It is.
This movie's like a kid's movie.
He's wearing the friendship bracelet.
Like, this movie is like a kid's movie and a drama and a coming of age and fantasy. There's a little bit of everything. Oh, there! There we go!
But they cannot be breathing that in.
Huh.
Louie, look.
Okay.
Those are actually part of the clue.
True. That's pretty cool.
Well, my lady, lights are all green for you now. Green for glory.
It's like Space Mountain all of a sudden. I want to go back to Disneyland at this point. The music almost sounds like Space Mountain's opening and everything. I'm like, geez, I want to go back now. Oh, okay.
So, Bennett, you didn't forget about magic. It's safe inside you.
Imagine she drops the bird.
And it's like, oh,
You would not be getting that
no, you won't. Is Lady a character that actually returns in the main series after the movie, or was it she only just a character for the
She
movie?
makes one cameo like 4 seasons later.
What? They should have used her more. Again?
Hello, Junior. Hello, Mr. C. Mr. Conductor, this is my grandpa.
I'm glad you were able to find your way back.
I would be asking them so many questions.
Who is he? And what are you doing here?
I'd be like, so you had my granddaughter for 2 days.
Junior,
Hmm.
we won't make it back to Shining Time without the gold dust. Without it, the magic can't exist.
That's a kid's movie. I can understand why he couldn't say it.
He was right behind her. Why did it take him that long?
I have no idea.
Splotch! Come and destroy!
Just splodge! Really?
Yeah, we mean that.
Exactly.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I have no idea.
Good word.
Oh, they bailed on him. They're not working for him anymore.
True.
Watch out for the viaduct. It's dangerous.
What was that?
Lady. That engine's name is Lady. She's part of the clue to the source of the gold dust.
What was that scream?
It's about to be a rerun of what happened the first time. She has no chugging sound.
That's crazy. Well, she is a magic train after all.
I like my lunch.
Oh
Dude,
no.
your jokes are so corny.
But what's sad is that Carrot Top can be able to beat it. Oh no. The bridge.
Well, lady, this is your shining time too.
I hope so.
Pull a Fast and the Furious now.
Instead of cards, it's talking.
Oh! Oh no! Hurry up! Whoa! Whoa! Oh, she's. Oh! Oh!
It's made it. Whoever built that bridge needs to be fired.
Oh! Oh!
How did he flip over like
this? Is
he was going down?
Oh! This did become Fast and the Furious.
And then he fell in one direction and landed in the boat in the completely opposite direction.
Put the shavings in with the water.
She looks like she's prospecting for gold.
He didn't even put water in it.
Barely put anything. It's dry.
Now, Lily.
Why are you hesitating?
Just do it. Just do it.
Gold dust.
No, really?
Oh gosh, they were fiending for that stuff.
So, cuz, how else can I help? You mean you don't want to go back to the beach?
Nah. Well, maybe for a holiday. I'm ready to work.
Oh, now you are. Now you're ready to work.
Oh.
Huh? What?
This is the way.
Yo.
Wow.
Where did he go? Back to the beach.
He did a Wonder Woman spin. That's crazy.
Oh, yes, Sir Topham Hatt, sir. You're on your way back right now. Well, splendid news. I'll be at the sheds to welcome you.
Telephones are flowers, I guess.
This is Alice in Wonderland logic.
It is.
Here, Grandpa. I'd like you to have this.
Well, how sweet of you, Lily. Here, give me the bluebird.
Is it gonna turn the?
I think we should share it.
Is it gonna make the bluebird come alive? You gave it all! This dude put all of it on there. Well, he said, well, let's share it. You gave it all! That's not sharing, that's a gift! Flower food, huh?
Flower food.
Where did that come from?
I would not be eating that.
So we've come to the happy end of our story.
No!
It's time for all of us to go home.
Do we have to?
Just like Thomas.
Do we have to?
It's over.
Ah, that was a good movie. I hate to be one of those people, but were there any post-credit scenes?
There were no post-credit scenes. No. I wish there was.
it's like at the end it says, Thomas, the tank engine will return.
Now, I know you have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I mean, I'd want to hear what you had to say about this, because I know that you said that there is some stuff that I might not know of, or at least some things I might have questions on. So let's go ahead and have for you to start off the discussion, kick it off, and you just talk about what exactly like what people might have questions on about this movie.
So I'm gonna try to explain best I can, because the movie kind of doesn't explain itself. Lady, like Burnett said, was part of Sodor. She's a magic engine who gives the engines their magic. Diesel 10 made her crash, basically killed her, and she needed coal from Sodor because she was a Sodor engine. I don't know how Burnett didn't know that. After all this time of trying to fix her up, what do you think are questions people might have?
You might have answered like the main ones that maybe they might have had about Lady, about the whole thing with the, geez, I forgot the dude's name already, but like why he didn't think about the fact that she was a Sodor engine. I think you might have already hit like the good questions on the head, but I think one that maybe I might have actually is like where did the gold shavings come from, like when they were in that little like magic railroad part of it?
That's the magic that Lady gives off.
Gotcha.
In a way, somebody can literally say in reality she's kind of like the island of Sodor's Tinkerbell.
Basically, yeah.
I think I remembered 75% of this movie, and just watching it again brought back so many memories. I think the first time I ever watched this movie, I think, actually, you know what? I do remember the first time I remember watching this movie. And it's funny because I remember that my grandparents, they took me to Toys R Us when it was around. I was about 9 or 10. And they bought me a Lego set. And I think I remember which Lego set it was. I think they bought me 2 or 3 of them. One of them was an RV. Another one was a truck or a rocket. And the other one was some other Lego City set that it had a bunch of minifigures in. And I remember that I was watching this movie while on my bed, building these little Lego sets. And I think when it was funny because when it came to the live action scenes, I kind of just didn't really care about the movie. But then when it came to Thomas and everything, when I saw the island of Sodor, when I saw the characters, I was just like, felt like I was just transported, and I was like deeply invested into it. And I honestly forgot about the Lego sets until the live action scenes came on. No disrespect to like the actors or whatever, but I mean, I was only 9 or 10, and man, it just brought back so many memories, especially because I watched it at night, and my grandparents bought that movie for me on DVD over at Toys R Us, and it was a Toys R Us that was about, I think it was about maybe like 10 minutes away from my house. which is the craziest part of it. I don't even know if we have the DVD of it still, but if we do, that's pretty awesome. But I mean, I bought this movie on Amazon, and honestly, I don't regret it one bit. And I'm so glad that, you know, both of us were able to watch it together.
This movie was actually going to be completely different. There was a character that they cut. He was supposed to be an accomplice with Diesel 10. His name was P.T. Boomer. And they used a test audience of kids. And P.T. Boomer was too scary for the test audience. So they pretty much a good 75% of the movie had to be reworked because they had to completely cut out his character.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny that I wonder why sometimes, like, when you're developing characters, like if you're in a movie studio and everything, and like you're developing characters, I wonder why they don't think about these things, about, like, you know, the type of impression that kids are going to get first before having to rework a whole entire movie, like a good amount of it. Like, I'm wondering, like, how does this happen?
Thank goodness they had a test audience. If they put it out like that, it would have just been a disaster.
Yeah, I just looked up the character too, and I'm gonna put a picture of him right on my right hand side. So this is what PT Boomer looks like, dude. Why does he look like? I don't know why he looks like somewhat like a Roger Rabbit villain for whatever reason.
He does.
He does look like a Roger Rabbit villain, and I'm like, this is crazy, because I can see why kids would be scared of him. I mean, I was scared of Christopher Lloyd's character from Roger Rabbit, and I was like 5 or 6, dude. Like, especially how he got ran over by the steamroller. Spoiler for those who have not seen Roger Rabbit. I mean, that scene scared the living daylights out of me as a kid, and I never wanted to watch Roger Rabbit again until I was like probably 17 or 18 years old. Like, I don't know why sometimes movie studios will come up with these characters and they don't think about how the kids are going to take an impression on them until the test screening. Like, to me, I don't know. I guess that they're trying to make a good developed story, but I just feel like put in the work first and develop your story first, and think about the kids in mind. Think about it from a kid's perspective first before you go and commit to it. And, you know, there was nothing wrong with the character from what I've seen as an adult, but, you know, when you're a kid, I mean, that leaves a long-lasting impression. So, I mean, they should have been able to, you know, at least think about it before they filmed it and be like, wait a minute, we got to rewrite this. We got to do what we can before we even start committing to it. Because, like, that's pretty crazy that I didn't even know about this.
Yeah.
What are some things that maybe a lot of people might not know about this movie? Like, I know that you have a lot of fun facts about it. Like, are there any facts that maybe you'd want to be able to share, or that you'd want to share, that maybe some people don't know about, either any of the new characters on here, or the movie, or even the series itself?
Yeah, so I said earlier the movie had Mara Wilson, who also played Matilda. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't realize that until I was like 16 or 17 years old. What else can I think of? The station in the real world universe, Shining Time Station. Shining Time Station was a kids' TV show from, I think it was 1988 or 1989. Shining Time Station was its own show, but in like the middle of the Shining Time Station episodes, they would play Thomas the Tank Engine. And I think, if I remember correctly, kids were really only watching Shining Time for Thomas. So Thomas was made into its own show.
And then, if I remember correctly, because I think you've told me this, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I think for the UK version of Thomas, Ringo Starr, member of the Beatles, was actually the narrator for the early episodes for Thomas. But in the US, it was comedian George Carlin and then Alec Baldwin, and then they ended up changing the show to being more CGI animated, and then to the animated show that it is today.
Yeah, Ringo Starr from the Beatles narrated early Thomas, For the US one, I think Alec Baldwin started narrating it around season 6, I want to say.
That's honestly one of the craziest things because, like, I think I remember growing up as with Thomas as a kid, hearing. I think I want to say it was Alec Baldwin's uh, as a narrator, and you know, honestly, it's crazy to think that it's like because I think that as kids we never know who these famous actors are until like later on we see something where it just hits us with nostalgia, and then we're like, boom, like we didn't even realize that he was a big part of our childhoods. And I have to say that I feel like Alec Baldwin is one of those people that I think the older you get, the more that you realize that he definitely was someone that was a good part of our childhoods, when especially if you grew up with Thomas.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, this movie came out in 2000. I was not able to see it in the theaters because I was not born yet. I was born in 2002, but I remember I had the DVD of it as a kid, and I watched it all the time until there were scratches all over the disc.
It sounds like when I was a kid that I think the discs that I overplayed was because my grandmother brought me up with watching old sitcoms like I Love Lucy from like the 1950s, and I replayed those DVDs so many times. There's scratch marks all over it, and I literally seen that show all the way, probably about close to 200 to 300 times. And it's just crazy to say because I could imagine how many times you must have watched this movie as a kid.
Yeah, I watched it nonstop.
I could definitely imagine. Like, so was Thomas the Tank Engine was it a show that you would watch like so much? Like, is that like your favorite childhood show?
Yeah, it was my favorite childhood show. I grew up watching Thomas when they used the model trains. When they started using CGI, I think around 2010, I just didn't care for it anymore because when they used the model trains in the show, it just looked like if you take the faces away, it looks like real world legit footage of trains because like they were so clever with the props and the camera work that everything looked like it had real world weight and movement to everything. And that was one of the most fascinating things to me as a kid.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. And, you know, I think that it must have been the most fascinating thing for a lot of kids because I think that it really brought on to a lot of excitement because they probably might have thought, and probably, I don't know if you thought this, but I thought this as a kid, but I thought, man, if the fact that this looks real, like, I feel like this could exist somewhere, even though it was on a magical island.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's every time I show this movie to friends, it raises a lot of questions. I'm pretty sure you guys have questions. Kind of like, what in the world did I just watch?
Honestly, I remember watching this movie thinking this was one of the coolest movies I've ever seen. And looking at it now that I'm 25, it's crazy to think that I started watching this movie at 9 or 10 years old. But honestly, this is a childhood classic for so many kids who grew up in the 90s and the 2000s. Like, this was easily such a classical throwback movie that it's comforting. It does have its scary moments, but honestly, it's a movie that I think that, you know, regardless of what your age is, regardless of how silly it could be, I think that's what the amazing thing about Thomas is that it's one of those shows and one of those franchises that you could watch as an adult, you know, and enjoy it, as well as, you know, you could be a kid and enjoy it at the exact same time. it's like how I know that Bluey is a good example of how there's a modern entertainment where a lot of kids and adults alike will watch Bluey because of how entertaining it is. And I know that you're a fan of Bluey as well, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I like Bluey a lot because there's there's a lot of stuff in Bluey that like that's not only like just for kids. There's a lot of stuff that adults can relate to as well. And I think because there's plenty of shows that like that, but I think Bluey is one of the best shows that have done that the best.
And even like another good example too was Blue's Clues, because even in the 90s and the 2000s, it was another big deal too, because that was one of those other shows that, that was like Blue's Clues was like the first Bluey, if realistically, like the first blue dog that was captivating the imaginations of kids, but also the entertainment of the adults. And honestly, I think that, I don't know, there's something that it is with animators and adults and preschoolers and children alike, that every time there's a show that's on dogs, I think that there's a lot more of a higher view count, if you want to put it safely. Like, think about it like from the perspective of Snoopy to Blue's Clues to Paw Patrol and to Bluey. Like there's like, I don't know, I feel like dogs they're like a universal like animal that it just, it kind of just like makes it attracting to people, as well as integrating in messages both for kids and adults to enjoy and find this common ground of enjoying a show about dogs, that they could be able to do stuff that maybe not a lot of dogs would actually do in real life. And it's like, you think, I would love a dog like that. I would love a dog like Snoopy or Blue or Magenta or Green Puppy or Chase or Marshall or Sky or Rumble or Bluey or Bingo.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I think I rarely see cats like in entertainment, like in shows for preschoolers, and even just in general. But like it's so interesting because like Thomas is one of those shows that it falls along that category. And it's so ironic too, because he's a blue train, and that Blue is a blue dog, and so is Bluey. And like, it's so ironic, and it's pretty funny too, especially because that they're from different countries, and that's pretty much amazing to see how creatively equal these different creators were. I mean, I'll even give it to the fact that it's crazy how Bluey and Thomas are from the UK. Even Bob the Builder is from the United Kingdom too, if I'm correct. And then we have Blue's Clues and Blue's Clues from the US, and then Paw Patrol from Canada, which I think that if you guys, I think I'm correct on that. I'm actually looked that up really quick.
I did not know Paw Patrol was Canadian.
I think they are, because I know that they're a Canadian. I know that the TV studio or the animation studio, the animation studio, they're right. So I looked it up. Yes, Paw Patrol is Canadian.
Yeah, I did not know that. I've never watched Paw Patrol, but I always thought it was from the U.S.
Yeah, and I thought it was from the U.S. too, especially because I know the movies from the U.S., which is pretty awesome. Like both of the movies, I know that they originated in the U.S., but the movies actually actually they're also from Canada too. My mistake. I'm getting a lot of things wrong at this category, but like, it's crazy to think that Paw Patrol is from Canada. That's pretty awesome. Like, I love Paw Patrol realistically, and like, I can't wait for their upcoming one, which, okay, actually this is cool. So I just found out, so their first movie was just like a basic Paw Patrol movie. Their second one is the Mighty Pups one, which it's their superhero arc. The third one is apparently their Dino movie. So it's called Paw Patrol the Dino Movie, coming July 31st, 2026. Oh, geez. I would love to do a reaction to Paw Patrol, but, like, do you know how many seasons there are? There's, like, 11. And then there's, like, times that by 3 segments or 2 or 3 segments. Oh, geez. You know how many videos I'd have to do before the movie comes out?
Oh.
But, like, it's so fun to see how, to circle it all back to Thomas, it's so crazy to think that there's so many shows that are for young kids that adults can easily find entertaining. And that's probably why, you know, there's a lot of adults that will still remember those moments, especially if you were one of those kids that you grew up in a home where your parents watched that same show with you, and you two, you guys would be able to talk about it. And that's one of the great things. Like Blue's Clues was one of those shows. Thomas the Tank Engine was one of those shows. Bob the Builder was another one of those shows. And that's like the greatest thing about Thomas that I absolutely loved as a kid, because of how real it felt. I ended up becoming invested in trains because of Thomas. And honestly, I'm so happy of the fact that because of my love for Thomas as a kid, that's how I ended up getting into Bob the Builder. And then that's how I ended up getting into Polar Express. And Polar Express has always been one of my childhood favorite movies. And it was because of of Thomas the Train. And my fascinations in trains has never stopped.
There is the trains that are in Thomas, all the models, they're not just made up designs. They are trains that are designed off of real life engines. There's different types of engines that their design is based off of. Everyone knows, well, I hope everyone knows Thomas is a tank engine. But James, for example, if I'm pronouncing it right, he's a Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway engine, Class 28 mixed traffic tender engine. That is a real train from real life. If you Google it and you go to images, that's James. So all the engines are based off of ones from our world.
Do you know, like, if any other characters kind of like the Cranes or like Harold or like Birdie, do you know if they were modeled off of the actual models of their respective vehicles too? Or is it only just the train characters?
Cranky the Crane, he wasn't shown in the movie, but he is in the show a lot. I think he's based off of a real life crane. Harold, I think Harold's based off of a real life helicopter.
Okay.
And also, the early Thomas, the stories, they started off as books before it turned into a TV show.
Okay.
The books were written by a man named, I think it's gosh, please forgive me if I do not say this correctly, but the Reverend Audrey. He wrote the books, and where he would get the ideas for the stories is there would be train crashes in the newspaper, and he would write the stories based off of what he saw in the newspaper when the crashes would happen, and they ended up being used in the show. Because the early Thomas is based off of the book stories. So the shows in the show, when you see in the early show, when you see a train crash happen, that happened in real life years before.
And it's funny because I see that on here that yes, it was based off of the Railway series books. And then it ended up becoming a series because of the one and only Britt Alcoff, rest in peace, actually. Because, honestly, when I heard the news about her passing, I was like, really? And I knew that shocked many people, especially those who grew up watching Thomas as a kid, like myself. And honestly, I was just like, wow. That according to the on here, she passed away on Christmas Day 2024.
Yeah, that shocked me when I saw it too.
And you know what? Honestly, she did so much for Thomas, honestly. And I didn't know she directed, written the script, and produced this movie.
Britt Allcroft is pretty much the entire reason Thomas is what it is now.
And then according to this, it does say here that there's a second live-action animated Thomas and Friends film being in development right now.
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
And it's apparently going to be directed by the director
Michael
Christopher
Bay.
Robin.
I thought it was going to be Michael Bay. I heard it was going to be Michael Bay from somewhere.
No.
I have no idea where I heard that from, but I heard it from somewhere.
It's funny because they did the same thing with like when the live action Dora the Explorer movie was being filmed, and they said Michael Bay was producing, and then I thought of that Funny or Die sketch where it was if Michael Bay directed a Dora the Explorer movie.
Yeah.
So the director of this upcoming one, so he directed movies like Finding Neverland with Johnny Depp, which I've seen it once. I want to rewatch that movie again. He directed one of the James Bond movies, Quantum of Solace or Solace. He directed World War Z, but he directed my all-time favorite movie from Disney, Christopher Robin. So I think with him directing the next Thomas and Friends live action movie, I would be so excited just because I think that he does such an incredible job with Christopher Robin that I think that this is going to be the perfect movie for him. And I think this will definitely spark a lot of childhood memories and a lot of nostalgia for so many people. And I cannot wait to see what exactly is going to happen with these characters. And honestly, I don't know which of the engines is your favorite, but honestly, mine and my grandmother's has always been Thomas. Thomas and Percy were both of our favorites.
I don't know. That's a tough question. Mine is either Thomas or James.
And James is a cool engine too. Honestly, I like them all. I mean, the only one that I feel like is like kind of like the one that I'm like, not so much is Gordon, because to me, Gordon is like the Squidward of the series.
Yeah, me and you made that connection before, how Gordon would be Squidward and Thomas and Percy would be SpongeBob and Patrick.
But the less stupid versions of SpongeBob and Patrick, and less disgusting too. Because with these recent episodes of SpongeBob, it's like, why do you even air that? Who even came up with this? At this point, Steven Hillenburg would have been rolling in his grave at this point.
I have zero idea what they were doing. It's like they just completely forgot or just like lost the direction they were trying to go in.
Like they forgot who SpongeBob was. Like they kept, honestly, the more that I keep watching new SpongeBob, the more I keep siding with Squidward. And I'm like, you know what? Squidward, you're right. I think SpongeBob and Patrick are way too much for me at this point.
It's gotten out of hand, honestly.
Even though that the animation's a little weird off of Thomas and everything, honestly, I know that you don't really like the newer animated versions of Thomas. I mean, I don't mind it personally. I've never watched it, but I think the 3D CGI one's okay with me. But I think it's the 2D animated one that they just been coming out with that it's like, whoa. Like, this is not like before. Like, this isn't even preschool Thomas. This is like infant Thomas type of animation. And it's like, as much as I'm not really much of a fan of it, I mean, I guess it is what it is.
I know what you're talking about. It's called All Engines Go. It's just not good at all. It took the SpongeBob route. Like, it just kept getting worse and worse.
It's like, it reminds me of like the redesigns for Bob the Builder. Like, if you've seen the US redesign of Bob the Builder, oh geez, it's like,
yeah, I've seen it. It's really atrocious.
The worst one, in my opinion, the worst glow up or so-called glow up was Barney.
Oh, dude, yeah. They had no reason to do that. They should have just left it alone.
why does Barney look like that? Why does he sound like Patrick? Like if Patrick, had like a deeper voice. He sounds like Patrick Star, and he does not look like Barney.
I think it was back in the late 90s. Barney had a movie.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't watched it. I don't know what it's about, but it might be in the same lane as this one where it leaves you kind of confused your first time watching it. That's what I'm assuming it'll do.
This was an awesome movie. I think that everybody did an incredible job with the movie, and especially, it felt like a kid's movie. It didn't feel too crazy. It just felt like a nice, easygoing kids movie. Like, there was nothing to be so, overly crazy about, to the point like you didn't need all those special effects. It was just a good, feel-good childhood classic that I think that you can't really replicate these days, unless if you really, really wanted to put so much heart and soul into a project like that, because this is a project that this was made from the creator of the show and had the blessing of the original writer of the books, or at least in a way, like, or actually no, because this came out I think 6 years after his death, so I would say at least in a way the family's blessing to like making it in the same vein, in the same alleyway of the way Thomas is. So honestly, if for any reason, movie studios could replicate that same nostalgic feeling again, that would be so incredible, and that'd be so perfect, because I don't think movie studios could do it anymore, unless if it takes like people who grew up with them to try to replicate it. It's a possibility, but it would take a miracle to do.
Yeah, it's true. I agree.
All right. With that being said, thank you guys so much for joining my friend and I on this journey. Kid Kai, it was such a pleasure of having you. It was a blessing of having you as reacting to this movie with me. I'm so glad that you enjoyed reacting to it as much as with me, as much as I enjoyed watching a movie with a good friend like you.
Thank you. It was a big pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. If you guys want to check out more videos like this, then please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to be able to follow me on any of my social media, I have Snapchat, I got Instagram, I got Twitter, AKX on my Discord server. Also, go please check out Kai, because he's a great musician. Yeah, he is a great rapper. He is a great singer. I know that some of his stuff is more for adults, but honestly, he's a very talented, very, very talented musician. Is there anything you'd want to plug in, dude?
You can make sure you guys like and subscribe to The Idea Maker. He has some of the best reaction content I've ever seen. And if you guys have the time, make sure you guys give my EP a listen. It should be out soon if you guys also want to check that out. And I think that's it from me.
Absolutely. And I can't wait for my project with Kid Kai here, that we'll be doing a special album together. We're definitely in talks of doing something pretty incredible in the works, blending in both of our creativity and our different worldview on music. Definitely cannot wait to come up with something incredible with him. And honestly, it's been such a pleasure on having you again. And with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this reaction. God bless you all. Stay safe. We will see you all in the next videos. Bye, guys.
Peace out, guys.